Inside the shadow of Geneva, under the world's floor, lies a shock of human resourcefulness and a normal harbinger of annihilation. The Beast Hadron Collider. It is a manual of wise evaluation, permitting scientists to dissect the subatomic generally speaking and actuating the disclosure of the baffling God particle. A Hewlett back right now, as of now prestigious physicist Brian Cox has, as of past due, made a chilling declaration that sent Marvel waves at some stage in religious area. Something centering has been explored at CERN, something that might have accomplished expanded ways beyond our comprehension. Has our essential objective for illuminating instructive assortment us on a path with catastrophe? Oblig us as we plunge into the pit of this clear problem. However, sooner than we sway into the assertion data, what sizable atom gas pedals the enormous RON collider? LHC worked by utilizing CERN is a 17M ring of superconducting magnets and the field's generally significant and generally powerful solid atom smasher. It keeps an eye on the zenith of human sensible achievement. The truth of the circumstance is solid to the point that it can go over the real conditions of the universe's creation to the world. Yet, should this design intended to open the insider assessments of the universe, remain mindful of the way to something obviously more perceptible upsetting CERN. Spread out in 1954, CERN is one of the world's most critical, eminent assessment connections, SH with 23 portion states and a colossal wide gathering of specialists. It is a center community for joint exertion and improvement. The LHC is CERN's focal endeavor, but its handiest one piece of a gigantic relationship of fuel pedals and spike expect clearly. However, not exactly for engines or horses, this tune is for subatomic particles, and it's a race towards presence itself. The LHC speeds up protons to essentially the speed of light, sending them on a mishap course that reflects the energy of the universe at the hour of the epic impact. The effects make temperatures multiple times extremely hot than the central mark of the sun. A tremendous wide assortment of magnets manual the protons on their visit, while stunning cooling structures safeguard the magnets at temperatures chillier than space. These contain 1232 dipole magnets which win the shafts and 392 quad pool magnets which fixation the bars just sooner than impact. Another obvious kind of magnet is used to press the particles close aggregately to grow the potential outcomes of impacts. The task of CERN is to impact like wrapping up two needles, 6 mil restricted, with such accuracy that they meet. The accuracy required is shocking, the progression unparalleled. The LHC's arrangement is a shock of organizing. It hardens excessively nearby, same help point lines that deception, hidden away 574 toes, on a more significant level safeguarded from the field's radiation. On this underground in general, the whole edge structure is cooled to a temperature of 456 F, chillier than the vacuum of room itself. This cool environment is fundamental for the superconducting magnets to preferably work. The help centers in the LHC are made to crash at 4 locales across the gas pedal ring, showing up contrastingly comparable to the areas of 4 atom markers: Chartreuse, CMS, Alice, and LHCb. Each fills an exceptional need in examining exceptional pieces of part-article material science. Aggregately, they pass similarly epic cameras, getting portrayals of those influences. Specialists then clear out through the garbage, looking through signs of regardless, the unobtrusive Higgs boson, recommended as the God atom, an exceptional eccentricity sign to the universe's central arrangement. It's like looking at a limitless jigsaw puzzle, one in which the parts are dark and the picture is tricky to handle. By focusing on the microcosm, we acquire pieces of aptitude into the universe. However, with each reaction comes another requesting and with each disclosure another check. The LHC isn't genuinely a vigilant instrument. It is a sign of human diversion, development, and development. It typifies our picked adventure for data and our longing to figure out the crucial forces that structure our universe. However, as we stretch the boundaries of what we figure out, we should also recollect the moral and existential requesting that arise. What are the risks of analyzing the dismissed world? Should our undertaking for strength out of the blue open forces we have zero control over? Control inside the holy passageways of CERN in which the CFF points of human understanding are continually pushed? A disclosure has emerged that sends a scream down the spine of even the most composed SE scientists. Brian Cox, a past scientist at CERN and a voice of master in the space of atom real science, has as of past due made a statement that has left the locale each dazzled and stunning. Cox's articulations reverb at with a terrible possibility. The objective of CERN's gigantic hadron collider is to duplicate a more unobtrusive effect. For certain, you heard that right, a more unobtrusive than expected sort of the very occasion that presented forward our universe. The physicist likewise ended up causing to feel the consequences of this objective, offering the LHC phenomenal capacity for making new openings. This incorporates its breaking point to open the insider realities of the Higgs boson. Moreover, the evaluation of darkish Re, a substance that makes up a focal piece of the universe. Considering protecting the sort of appearance for your float near the capacity to call the genuine substance of the universe is a captivating open entryway. However, one stacked with risk. The more unobtrusive than expected huge bang isn't without an inquiry a hypothetical idea. It is an amazing truth. Inside the LHC, the temperatures, the pressures, the harsh energy, all duplicate the conditions of the universe's basic shows up at. It is like continue onward on the earliest huge length of written history, seeing the coming of presence itself. However, with such strength comes real responsibility, and the sales addresses the breaking point risk. Think about what is going on where something ends up seriously. Something became out really, truly back in 1978. The Russian physicist Anatoly Borsky experienced a catastrophe that could ordinarily divert his techniques for life. In 1978, Borsky began working on the U.S. synchrotron on the Association for High-Power Real Science in Ace, Russia. A breakdown instigated his head coincidentally entering the event system for a proton shaft. The help point with the power that contentions with information went through his skull, entering the back of his head and leaving through his nose. Borsky's appreci changed into striking. He seen a streak more significant, more striking than 1,000 youths. Yet he had no issues. The characteristics of the help way left a strategy for devastation, ingesting tissue and bone. Yet he remained sharp and undoubtedly even walked around the middle for treatment. The result changed into each nauseating and charming. The help concentrate way set off bound tissue passing, instigating the shortage of paying thought in regards to in one ear and mostly facial deficit of advancement. Anyway, clearly, Borsky's academic potential remained in salvageable shape, and he happened with his bona fide business. This occasion isn't doubtlessly a man or lady misfortune, yet a guard story that features the huge energy and plausible danger of molecule gas pedals. The dangers of a molecule gas pedal like the LHC are not to be played with. The breaking point for amazing reactions, the bona fide surface of truth being controlled, these are not the stuff of science fiction. Yet, as an elective confirmed pressure, is voiced by remembering a couple for the instructive close-by locale. The universe's advantaged experiences are fundamental toys. As well as units of fundamental energy, perhaps of the best terrible and satisfying nerves associated with the HC's tests is the credibility of making a more unobtrusive than anticipated faint void. Weak openings are neighborhood people of spacetime, in which gravity is consistent such a ton of that not. In any event, light can sit around close their perpetual vacuum cleaners, the devourers of stars, the baffling parts that cover in the shadows of our universe. That the LHC could make this substance, even on a bit, development is a decision for the standard egalitarians and specialists the equivalent. Should this dull opening create, furiously swallowing the Earth from inside? In any case, specialists at CERN have ensured that any dull void made would be, all in all, disappear rapidly. The distant BET has lit conversations, fears, and an energy of superb at the power we join up getting a handle on. How the LHC is principle ought to make a faint opening, it needs to do with the fundamental mechanics of molecule gas pedals. While protons are squashed on the opening at for all serious and purposes the speed of light, the power BR is stunning to the variable that it turns the external layer of spacetime itself. Consider a trampoline expanded tight and a short time later a hugely dropped weight onto it. The surface turns further, and it is vital for acknowledge the store good it could make a nefariousness so immense that anything close by would be added into it. That is a silly portrayal for what could have to arise in the LHC in the space of quantum-certified science, in which the thoughts of the universe are both odd and unimaginable. There exists a theory that more basic components is probably stowed away inside our reality. Assuming these parts exist, the LHC's persuasions could need to make use of them, making a gravitational line that frameworks a fairly dark opening. This disheartening dance of flume and some has to be sure even gotten the notice of a few, unmistakably famous specialists, unequivocally the late in any event peddling in his book. He forewarned of a situation wherein the Higgs boson ought to wind up being clashing at incredibly absurd energy levels. This irregularity in all probability ought to cause an overwhelming vacuum, or a self-important event that wouldn't simply crush the Earth yet the entire universe itself. The SED English Cosmology O and astrophysicist Sir Martin Ree conceded his own side advantages, commonly the assessments driven at CERN in his automated book on what's to return open entrances for humanity. He anally examined the potential dangers connected with particle smasher assessments, which unite those at CERN. His words were not simply security measure, they have been reached with an energy of existential pressure. He alluded to the most frantic outcome conceivable where a hopeless evaluation ought to make a situation known as vacuum shakiness. This flimsiness should in a hypothesis trigger a degree progress that would resonate through the veritable surface of spacetime. The potential outcomes in tremendous disaster that would delta the total universe B's propensities were not limited to theoretical experiences. He's serious an open door to those astonishing impacts, at any rate, a low one in any occasion a small probability he battled ought to give us a probability to a valuable chance to pause and think and expect the stakes are immensely high. And the edge for mishap is razor thin. The specialists at CERN have chosen the expected risks associated with their tests cautiously. They have done different security conventions and reasonable measures to mate any potential wagers. In any case, the chance of shrewd assessment intrinsically consolidates some level of weakness, particularly while plunging into new locales. The excursion for information has interminably been gotten together with a level of chance assuming control over the entirety cycle of all that working out predictable leap propels have constantly went with startling outcomes. In any case, it is unequivocally this ability to stretch limits that has prompted humanity forward. The LHC addresses the perfection of numerous extensive stretches of reasonable headway and exemplifies humanity's avaricious interest in the universe. However, the normal dangers pagan against by tests at the LHC can't be dismissed. While the probability of horrendous occasions might be low, the outcomes could be basic. Thusly, it is vital for experts, strategy creators, also the general public to participate in open exchange about the moral and flourishing repercussions of such an examination. Bringing everything into account, the Hadron Collider at CERN is a supernatural occurrence of human virtuoso and astute accomplishment. It offers remarkable snippets of data into the crucial idea of the universe. However, with incomprehensible power comes astonishing responsibility, and it is critical to push toward this crucial appraisal with fatigue impression. As we keep on opening the favored bits of knowledge of the universe, we ought to remain cautious and aware of the potential dangers deduced, ensuring that our main goal for information doesn't come to the impedance of our security and achievement. The Hadron Collider at CERN stays as a certification, not completely permanently set up a mission for information and enthusiasm for the universe. Its enormous size and intricacy address the pinnacles of reasonable progress and joint effort among countries. However, under its stunning exterior lies a space of critical intelligent solicitation stacked with likely dangers and moral considerations. The Collider's central objective of relaxing the special insights of particle material science has incited striking openness, including the interesting Higgs boson. Anyway, the unprecedented energies made inside its passages besides raise frets over the perhaps unfavorable results of such an endeavor. While wide success measures are positioned to direct dangers, the probability of obliterating occasions like the production of small-scale faint openings or then again other unexpected unconventionalities can't be completely exculpated. Appropriately, as experts push the limitations of our appreciation, it is essential that they do as such with a huge knowledge of explicit presumptions and straightforwardness, partaking in open exchange with individuals overall in policymaking. As we dig further into the intricacies of the Hadron Collider at CERN and the coherent endeavors it tends to, it ends up being progressively certain that the journey for data isn't without its risks and weaknesses. The Hadron Collider, with its extraordinary capacities and potential for historic disclosures, remains as a showing of human creativity and the consistent excursion for understanding the cruel laws of the universe. However, under its stunning exterior lies a space of critical intelligent solicitation, stacked with likely dangers and moral considerations. The investigations directed inside the restrictions of the Collider immense establishment outfit energies and powers that are beyond insight for most laypeople. The impact of subatomic particles at almost speeds produces conditions related to those that existed in the earliest depictions of the universe, allowing analysts to test the chief structure block of issue and research the genuine surface of spacetime itself. Yet, the huge energies related with these effects moreover present tremendous perils, both known and dark. Perhaps the most pressing worries incorporating the operation of the Hadron Collider is the anticipated making of moment-dull openings or then again other intriguing idiosyncrasies that could have unexpected outcomes. While that is what speculative calculations suggest, any such dull openings would be brief and address no risk to Earth or then again its inhabitants.